I'm going to need Kevin Sorbo to tell you guys how I feel about this game.
Disappointed!
What is up, Finn fans? Miami Dolphins lose 26-20. It was a bad game. Another situation where the Dolphins lose by 6 points. Another situation where we need a touchdown to take the lead. Another situation, it's the Chargers and not the Chargers. Yeah. But it was the 49ers game all over again. And the Chargers game all over again. And even the Bills game. Let's look at stats, and I'm going to talk about stuff. Aaron Rodgers, 24 for 38, 238 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. A.J. Dillon, 11 carries, 36 yards, 1 touchdown. Aaron Jones, 6 carries, 25 yards. We shut down the run game. That's what the Dolphin defense does. Allen Lazard, 5 catches, 61 yards. Christian Watson, 6 catches, 49. Romeo Doubs, 3 catches, 36. Dolphin offense. Tua Tagovailoa is 16-25, 3 touchdown, 310 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Raheem Mostert, 8 carries, 45 yards, 0 touchdowns, 5.6 yards carry. Jeff Wilson, 9 carries, 37 yards, 1 touchdown, 4.1 yards carry. Should have ran the ball more, but we'll get to that. Jalen Waddle, 5 catches, 143, touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 4 catches, 103, no touchdowns. Trent Sherfield, 2 for 25. Raheem Mostert had a fumble loss. Tua had 2 fumbles. He didn't lose them, though. Kader Kohu with the interception. That man, undrafted free agent. Beautiful. Eric Rowe with the sack. Elena Roberts with the sack. Jason Sanders, 2 of 3. Missed the field goal. Of course he missed the field goal. So I'm going to talk about other aspects of the game, and then I'm going to get to what everyone wants me to talk about. And I'm going to talk about it, and it's going to be a lot. So that's why I'm going to get to the other stuff and then get to that. First off, I was watching the game. I wasn't able to live stream, but I was able to watch it. I wasn't able to jot notes, but I was kind of tweeting out while I was watching things. If you follow me on Twitter, people need to realize, especially when I'm watching football, I'm making observations as I'm watching the game. So a lot of people like overanalyze my tweets sometimes. Like yesterday, I noticed that the Eagles with Gardner Minshew, I was like, wow, the Eagles are really stacked around the quarterback. Why does everything have to be about Tua? Literally nothing. Had nothing to do about Tua at all. But bad game. Scored 20 points, but against the Bills, we scored 29. Field goal. Then we hold them to a field goal, and then we score a touchdown. And then we kick an onside kick. Why on God's green earth would you decide in the first quarter, you're up 10-3, to onside kick it? Right? Drives me nuts. Absolutely nuts. And even the first drive, 14-yard run off of 2nd and 10. 1st and 10, 14-yard pass. 1st and 10, 17-yard run. 1st and 10, 2-yard run. 2nd and 8, 5-yard run. 3rd and 3, pass. Like, why didn't you run it there? Like, our guys are getting chunk yardage. So, again, it's Mike McDaniel again trying to outsmart, trying to outthink people, and then in turn, he's hurting the team. Because he did go away from the run at some point, and I did not understand why, because this game at no point was too far gone. We went into the half up 20-10. Sorry, 2013. Because, again, the defense can't stop anything going into the second half. Like, that last drive before the half, they can't stop anything. It's just always give up a field goal or something. And then you have the fumble from Mostert. Absolutely killed us. They can't stop anything. And a lot of it had to do with there was so many, like 3rd and 1, then 4th and 1. It goes back to the defense and some of the play calling, some of the schemes. 4th and 1, a 10-yard pass. Why are you so far off? There was so many times, too, where they would motion a guy, send the zero blitz, and then the guy they motioned, who's supposed to cover him, is 10 yards off. So Aaron Rodgers is just going to throw it real quick to that guy. He's going to get the first down. The offensive play calling, inconsistent. The defense, completely inconsistent. A lot of third and longs, they converted so many fourth downs. 3rd and 10. Convert that. It's like, we got to stop giving up long third downs. Because it's getting 3rd and 8, converted it. 12-yard run on the 3rd and 8. They ran the ball on 3rd and 8. And they converted it for a first down. 3rd and 5. 4-yard pass. It's on the 1. 4th and 1 pass. And again, you get down to the Dolphins goal line, it's clockwork that they're going to play action and either hit the running back on and out to the right or the tight end. It's like clockwork. But we can't make those adjustments. Just absolutely, it was just killing me, absolutely killing me. Total yards, Miami Dolphins had 376 total yards to the Green Bay Packers 301. Passing yards 294 to 22. Rushing yards 82 to 79. Average yards per play 8 to 5. Points scored, obviously they beat us there. Fumbles lost, they beat us there. Turnovers, they beat us there. Sacks 2 and 2. Third down efficiency, Miami 28%. So we were converting third downs, but we were allowing third downs on 14% on pivotal times. Time of possession, 32 minutes. Penalties, 5 to the Dolphins, 8. The refs were bad. And I'm not even just talking about the Dolphins, because there's a face mask penalty that the flag was thrown and they picked it up. There was a false start consistently from number 70 on the Green Bay Packers. There was holding on the interception, which should have been defensive pass interference, but there was holding on Jalen Phillips they didn't call. So I'm like, screw it. I don't care if they don't call the defensive pass interference. But there's also defensive pass interference on Watson play that wasn't called. Like, the refs were just bad in this game. It's like all year they've been bad. They really need to be held accountable. But this is just a sloppy game. Penalties in the worst possible situation. You had the snap go over to his head, and then the very next play, I think holding on Connor Williams, and just killed that drive. Absolutely killed the drive. I think it was the punt where it was, fumble, and then pass incomplete to Jeff Wilson. It was a 10-yard penalty on Connor Williams, offensive holding. And then the snap over his head. And then we throw a screen to Jeff Wilson. And that's after they score a touchdown. So it's 10-10, and that drive happens. I'm like, I got to keep it calm. I'm like, I was watching one half at one Christmas and the other half at the other Christmas, and I'm trying to keep it calm, but it's just the most. And then Tua. We'll talk about Tua, because we need to talk about Tua. Tua's a big part of this. Special teams, real quick. Special teams got to get their stuff together. From the field goal kicking to the coverages on kick returns, they got to get their stuff together. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. And I'm not saying the defense was horrible, but the defense, they gave up a lot of third downs. They gave up a lot of touchdowns. They gave up a lot of plays that, like, you're right there. There's so many times they were right there to sack Aaron Rodgers, and they can't finish. And the play calling in certain situations were horrible too. But this game wasn't lost because of the defense. 100% was not lost because of the defense. Some of it was because of Mike McDaniel and his bad play calling. And his bad, going for an onside kick. Tua Tagovailoa. First quarter was good. Second quarter, really looking good. Third quarter, missed the field goal. And then the fourth quarter came. For 3 quarters, I was like, that's the Tua I'm liking. He was off on a pass here or there, but he was doing his thing, Tua. He was making the throws. He was staying in the pocket. He was, evading pressure. He was doing his thing. Then the fourth quarter comes. We get the interception. What does Tua do? One play. Throws an interception. It's intended for Tyreek Hill. Then we hold him to a field goal. Okay. It's not bad. Interception. March all the way down the field to the Green Bay 30-yard line. 5-yard penalty, of course. Illegal formation. We got that call so many times. Illegal formation, illegal shift. Like, that's on the head coach, man. You got to get your stuff together. Interception. Intended for Raheem Mostert. Now, the first interception, I'm like, come on, Tua. You're having a good day today. Don't throw these interceptions. All right, it's one mistake. We're still in this. There's still this and there's still that. All right, whatever. Then this interception. A lot of people are like, well, that's not necessarily Tua's fault. Raheem Mostert didn't turn around. Even if Raheem Mostert turned around, that linebacker was coming across. He should not have thrown that ball, right? Hold him to a field goal. 26-20. We got no timeouts. And again, held him to a field goal, right? They start on their own 36. 22-yard pass on 2nd and 9. 13-yard pass on 2nd and 10. They get a 10-yard penalty. It's 1st and 20. An 18-yard run. 5-yard penalty. And it's just, they just right down and they kick the field goal, right? All right. We're down by 6. We've seen this before. What can we do here, right? 3-yard pass. All right. Let's see what he could do here. And just the dumbest interception to end the game. And I was sitting there at my brother-in-law's house, and I'm just sitting there like, what is going on with him? The inconsistencies that right? I'm just going to talk for myself. The inconsistencies that I were talking about last year, where he'd have a good game, he'd have a bad game. He'd make a good throw, he'd make a bad throw. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. All of a sudden, we had that 5-game winning stretch. And I'm ignoring anybody who talks about their bad teams, because I talked about it tons of times. I brought up stats of quarterbacks who did worse than Tua against those bad. I'm done with that. You had a 5-game winning streak, where for most of that, he was looking elite, to the point where people and the national media was talking about Tua as an MVP. 5-game stretch where people were apologizing. People were hopping on the Tua train. People were like, oh, we were wrong about Tua. He is lighting it up. 5-game winning streak. There was no inconsistencies. He was just going. This 4-game losing streak, it was San Fran, San Diego, Buffalo, Green Bay. Little uptick in Buffalo. Oh, okay, he's playing better in Buffalo against Green Bay. It's now not an up and down inconsistency with Tua. It's now 5-game winning streak, 4-game losing streak. It's a huge inconsistency from Tua. And now we really have to sit back and really start to think about it, because you can't, and Tua was under pressure, right? I'm not going to sit here and say Tua wasn't, because there were some plays where I noticed that the running back was supposed to chip the pass rusher. He completely wafted on it. Then it didn't give Armstead enough time to get over and make his contact, and he got an instant sack. I'm not going to say that doesn't happen, but I've seen Aaron Rodgers where we've had would-be 3 sacks on him, and he somehow gets out of it and gets a first down pass. Now, obviously, that's not Tua's game. That's not what Tua does. But there's only so long you can blame the offensive line. And this is a game that you can't blame anyone else. You can't blame anybody in this game but Tua. Tua lost the Miami Dolphins this game against the Green Bay Packers. At first, before I think the second interception, right? After the second interception, I was just like, come on. There was still time. We still could come back. There's a possibility. So I tweeted out saying, head coach, defense, special teams, and Tua lost us this game. It was a full team loss, a full team collapse. It was just bad. And then the third interception happened, and I was just like, nope. That's on Tua. You got a minute and a half. Like, you had 2 minutes. You had 2 minutes to march down the field and score a touchdown. And you were scoring touchdowns. Let me go back to other touchdowns. You were scoring touchdowns on one plays. 2 minutes, 33 seconds on that touchdown. 18 seconds on that touchdown. You were scoring touchdowns like that. Started on your own 16, 18 seconds, boom, scored a touchdown, Jalen Waddle. 2:33, starting in your own 38, scored a touchdown, 77 yards. This interception started on your own 28. This game was lost by Tua because the interceptions were dumb. The one to Tyreek Hill, what are you throwing? You are expecting Tyreek Hill to be Calvin Johnson. If that pass was to Calvin Johnson, he's going to catch it. He's like 6'4", 6'5". He's going to catch that and in traffic. You're throwing it to 5'10", 5'11", Tyreek Hill. You're expecting that man to bail you out and jump up and get that ball. The second interception, again, if there's miscommunication between him and Raheem Mostert, okay, but you had the linebacker coming across. That would have been picked off regardless if Mostert turned around. And then the last interception, like, Gesicki wasn't even open, my man, and you had time to throw it. This is now where all of a sudden, the season's not over. I know this is going to, the whole trope of playoffs is not over. You beat the Patriots, you beat the Jets, you're in. Dolphins still control their destiny because they did start 8-3. So you just got to beat two teams and you're in the playoffs. Where you're going to be seated, I don't know. And then you got to face probably the Chiefs if you're 7th seed. But just got to win the next week. So the season's not over. But now you're sitting back looking and you're like, 4 games. 3 of the 4, Tua played horrible. This is when we needed elite Tua. This is when we needed consistent Tua. This is when we needed him. The defense gave you an opportunity holding them to 2 field goals after back-to-back interceptions. Back-to-back interceptions, the defense helped you out holding them to field goals. And it's just again and again and again. And then you look at the 49ers game where he was missing guys, right? And people will admit to that. Oh, the 49ers game, it was on Tua. Guys were open. We lost, again, before the touchdown, 17-27. 10 points we were losing by. Chargers game, 17-23. 6 points. Buffalo Bills, 3 points. Like, you're only scoring 17 points. And the Chargers were not a good team. Now we got to take a step back and be like, what is going on? Can we depend on... It's to the point where that 5-game winning streak, I was confident it's going to be, oh, it's 13. Tua's going to get a first down here. Oh, we're down by a certain amount. Tua's going to get us back in this. Oh, we're in a shootout with Detroit and we're in a shootout with Chicago. Tua got this. He's going to make the throws. We're fine. And he did, and we won. Now I'm sitting here like, oh, they put us in a 3rd and 10. I don't know if he's going to get this first down here. It's not the same because it's not the same Tua. Tua's at one point MVP status. Now he's down here. The Dolphins started 8-3. They're now 8-7. Again, they can still make the playoffs 10-7. Got to win the next 2 games. But it's a complete and utter disappointment, this game. The Miami Dolphins should have won this game. They should have won this game. They should have won Buffalo's game. If not for... And even Bills fans are saying that. Dan Mitchell was saying it. If you guys did the right things in certain situations, you should have beat us. He said it on the round table. Dolphins should have beat the Bills. Dolphins should have beat the Green Bay Packers. Be a whole different scenario right now, sitting here at 10-5. Possibly trying to win the division. But no, we choke it away. Got to win these next 2 games. New England's not good. You saw what Cincinnati did to them. They started coming back, but they looked absolutely horrible. Cincinnati's not a good football team. And the Jets have a fantastic defense. Their offense is hot garbage. No matter who their quarterback is, they're not good. Got to win these next 2 games. But Tua is just... This was a horrible game by Tua, and he cost the Miami Dolphins the game. And there's only so much he can say he needs to start to do. For the past how many weeks, he's like, that's on me. I got to do better. That's on. Yeah, man. We understand that. And we know you could do better. We've seen you do better. Do better, man. Because the season is now slowly falling away. And then when you get in the playoffs, you got to play top notch every week if you want to win. It's been 21 years. There's a lot to talk about. And I'm not at the point right now to make any rash judgment and any jump to any crazy conclusions about anybody, head coach, Tua, GM, defense, and anything. Defensive coordinator, on the other hand, I'm ready for him to walk. But other than that, got 2 games left. You win the 2 games, you're in the playoffs. Then you got to face whatever team you got to face. Let's get a win. Pull this together. This is horrible. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to do a deeper dive into this. I'm going to give you stats, talk about stuff. But other than that, like usual, stay classy. Offense up.